Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Jeffrey Van Dyke.
Hi, I'm Tim Kelly.
We're here to talk to you about another part. We said in the last video that we'd be giving you subsequent videos about various different parts and how they function. Today, we're going to be talking about the inner critic. Before we do that, though, wanted to say some context about this community, who we are, and what
we're up to in the world.
What we're up to in the world. The Troopers community is in the business of creating global transformation. And we're in the business of supporting those practitioners, coaches, therapists, healers, and the like that are interested, attracted to, committed to, and called to global transformation, giving them a place of support and equipment for that task. And this course and all this teaching is really about having the skills and tool set to be able to have the impact you're here to make. So I just wanted to start by setting that context before we move into the direct information about the inner critic.
And before we move on, I just want to say we've trained over 500 practitioners of different types all around the world. We're setting up a school here in Israel. We're in Israel right now. And also in South America and looking at other countries and other continents as well. All part of our master plan to create a global network of change agents. More on that later.
Absolutely. So let's start with the inner critic.
Let's get in there. I love to talk about the inner critic.
Oh, the part everybody loves to hate.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we start by saying what the inner critic is and a bit about how it seems to function on the surface.
Absolutely. So the inner critic is the part of you that tells you that you're ugly and stupid and worthless and fat, and that if people are paying you money, they're wasting that money. This is the part that tells you you don't deserve the air you breathe. Now, in the West, just about everybody has an inner critic. And as Jeffrey said, this is the part that people love to hate.
Yeah.
If people had a part gun, boy, we could make a lot of money selling part guns. People would go and shoot their inner critic. It's gotten to even the extent that I've heard of coaching schools that talk about the inner critic as if it were an alien invader, and that they teach their coaches to love all the parts, but not that one. All the rest.
That's right. That's right. And in the last video we said, we mentioned one of our charges, if you're a coach, is to hold our clients as naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. So that includes this inner critic.
That's right. And it's very easy. The client will come to you and they'll say, oh, I judge myself horribly. I judge myself all the time. Help me stop judging myself. And as the coach, you say, oh, yes, we want to help you believe in yourself and love yourself and feel good about yourself. So let's try to figure out how to get rid of that bad inner critic. I've even heard books written about how to get rid of your inner critic.
That's right.
What these people do not realize, this is an unsophisticated view of the psyche, is that this is a very important part. It has a very powerful benefit. People who do not have an inner critic tend to be sloppy. They tend to have great difficulty doing precise work. They tend to be less motivated than other people. Most people who are very successful have a powerful inner critic that drives them to success. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean the process of being driven is fun, and it doesn't mean it can't be improved upon. We're all about improvement and transformation, but before you go messing around with anything in there, you need to thank that inner critic, because a lot of the success, if not all of it, that you have is due to that voice constantly challenging you to do better, constantly challenging you to be perfect and to strive higher. And without that, you would probably be much less successful than you are today.
That's right. When I've helped clients work with their critic, they invariably say, oh, wow, I never knew that it actually wanted my best. Mm-hmm. I never knew that it was actually part of a team supporting me. Mm-hmm. I didn't know, because all I experienced was mm-hmm. So part of this work, when you learn to honor, respect the part, what it's doing, why it's here, is also helping to understand what's its most purposeful role. Mm-hmm. What is it really after in your life and in your client's life? And when you understand that, the ability to build a new relationship with these parts grows exponentially. So instead of trying to get rid of it, brushing it under the rug, shooting it, claiming that it's bad and evil and should be destroyed, instead we can go, oh, if it's in me, it must be valuable.
Must be there for a reason.
Must be there for a reason. So let's find out what that reason is. And instead of banging heads with it throughout life, maybe we can actually find some alignment, and through that, a sense of inner peace and how we move forward without losing our motivation and losing the part of us that helps us really stay on track and have great success.
That's right. So in our teleclass on May 25th, we're going to talk about how you can transform parts and how you can transform your relationship with parts, because sometimes the issue isn't with the part. The issue is how you feel about the part, and that's actually the problem.
That's the trick.
And when we get into our teleseminar later in June and July, we'll actually go and talk to the inner critic and learn about it, learn the gifts that it has, and you'll come to see what a hardworking and underappreciated part the inner critic truly is.
That's right. We'll be talking in our next video about two parts, both the protector and the skeptic. So if you're enjoying this so far, tune back in. We'll be back in touch. And if you have any questions about this free call on the 25th, just go to your email and you'll find a link to sign up for that call and find out more information.
Great.
All right.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.